All right, let's see. All right, folks. So it looks like we're up and rolling. At least I hope we are. Everything's kind of lagging here on my end a little bit, but I think it's just going to be me tonight, and Dustin may jump in here a little bit later. Um, we'll see if he makes it or not. He said he was driving through Wyoming. But anyway, welcome to the Not So Lively live chat. Today is, of course, May 11th. And being it's just me, it's going to be more just kind of reading your questions and comments as we go through here. So feel free to post what you got for me. Get things adjusted so I can see the live chat feed and the comment feed. So only got a couple messages here. So kind of go over a little bit. Of course, last week we had Dustin from Dustin Weininger channel. We had Santee from the Arizona Ghost Raiders, and we had Squibload from the Squibload channel. And it was a pretty good live chat. You know, we went for a couple hours. And then, as I said again, this week it's just going to be me and maybe Dustin here and there a little bit later. All right, looks like we're getting some comments here. Max Jenner has a little beer mugs clanking. Have one on me, Max. I haven't bought any beer for a little while. I don't have any, so I just been drinking Sprite and water. Max Payne, ever spun shot your revolver? Spun shot, like spin it around your finger or and fire it, or spin it and then fire it. Guess I don't quite understand what you're saying there, Max. But anyway, one of the things I talked about in the last episode, and the status of it has changed, is I stated on the Richards Mason conversion that I bulged the barrel. Well, I found out I didn't bulge the barrel. It was just a really, really noticeable mill mark, thank God. But I'm doing a living history event in Wyoming this summer, and the Richards Mason I thought looked too new for the time period I was going to be playing and the environment that I would be in. I thought it should look a little rougher, and so I tried to antique it, and that didn't work out so good. So it really got antiqued a lot more than what I thought. But anyway, as I was peeling the bluing, you could see the mill marks in there, and there's a little bulge in here, and it's not from the barrel being swelled out. You can see the mill marks. You can see where somebody had polished this. They put a dowel through the barrel when they took it over a polishing wheel, and it gouged out in here real deep. So that's why it felt like it had a bulge in the barrel. Thank God it doesn't actually have one. But I really antiqued this a lot harder than I wanted to. It's just because somebody told me you take a Brillo pad and you can make them look really nice and aged, and I thought it looked like shit. Pardon my French. So I wound up stripping the bluing down because the Brillo pad just ruined it. So at least it looks better than it did with a Brillo pad over it. But anyway, that's kind of what I worked on this week. And I did manage to leave a little bluing in some places, so it does have some bluing in some of the old color. But I heard some people say that it looks really nice because it looks really old now. And I stripped the red off the grips, and I really like the grips now. The grips have turned out good, I thought. The rest of the gun I wasn't really happy with. But yeah, I got all the bluing off it just about everywhere you can think of. Okay, Max Payne, yes, the old cowboy thing. No, I've never done that because I don't want lead in my system. Randy Wilson, howdy everyone. Hey, Randy. Max Payne. Well, the old guns looked new, so aging is not realistic anyway. Yeah, but I'm playing the time period 1870s. This gun would have been out 69. Well, it says 1871 on the barrel. So, on the environment, it should look a little bit. It shouldn't look brand new, is what I was getting at. and it looked brand new. Plus, I'd put a new barrel on it, but all the other parts were used, so the wear on it was not matching. And I don't know. I should have just left things alone, but I didn't. Max Payne, they did not buy their guns rusted. This is true. They did not buy them that way. I guarantee you, out in the frontier, after a while, they're going to be, because after you do so much cleaning on them, wiping them down, that will wipe bluing off. That's how I got a lot of the case hardening off on my my 4440, is because I was scrubbing it with a brush, plastic toothbrush, to get all the black powder off, and it took a lot of the color case hardening with it. Max Payne maybe rolling the dirt about. Yeah, except you get grit in the action then, and then things really kind of get funky. So anyway, just kind of an update here on the channel while I'm at it. Have not gotten my shooting range membership renewed yet. I got to do that this week. I've been dealing with a bunch of stuff at work and trying to get my garden in. And it's just been a pain. So I've been busy with other stuff. And I don't know if you all have ever had to deal with Bermuda grass, but I've got that shit in the yard where I was wanting to put my new garden at, and I can't get rid of that stuff. I'm at the point where I'm gonna go this weekend and get some Roundup, some good Roundup, and just spray it. I don't have to start planting in it for another 3 weeks. At the most. So I think if I spray it this week, I should be safe to plant my other stuff. And what I'm growing in that part of the garden isn't so much for eating. I grow some of the Indian corn, some Indian corn I got from my uncle, just for fun. And then I grow pumpkins that I intend to use on the channel for shooting, but they all went to feeding the squirrels last fall. So Max Payne, nuke it for more. But yeah, I'm ready to unleash unconventional warfare on that grass. I've had enough of that stuff. I bought some stuff that was supposed to be just for grass that wouldn't kill anything else. And because I was afraid I was going to have to plant the garden and then keep spraying. And this stuff, I sprayed that Bermuda grass. It was on its second spray, and it's still killing up. Now, what's funny is on the first spray with that stuff, it killed everything that was above the ground. All the grass that was above the ground, killed it, deader than hell. The second round, nothing. It's not even turning yellow yet. So I don't know if I didn't get my proportions mixed right, or what the deal was, but that, and it was a little bit cooler day the day that I first sprayed it. It was really hot the second time I sprayed it. Anyway, I'm ready to take it to the next step. So, but yeah, hopefully next week I'll be able to get out and start doing some shooting videos and stuff again, because I got a lot of stuff I got to do. I got to test some bullets for Kaido. So he sent me a bunch to test that I haven't even had a chance to do yet. We're going to have a review on some earmuffs. I'm not one to usually do a review on that kind of stuff, but a company approached me, and hearing protection is one of the things I'm very adamant about. So I told them that I would gladly review their earmuffs. They sent me a pair for free to test, and got to say, I'm pretty impressed with them. And they're not, going to break the bank either. They're pretty affordable. Anyway, yeah, I got lots of stuff to do at the range this year. I just don't know if I'm going to get the time to do it. So, now the comments aren't rolling in here real fast. Looks like, yeah, we got 9 of you watching. I got a couple other notifications. It's kind of quiet without the other guys around tonight. Yeah, I almost forgot about doing this tonight. Like I said, I've been so busy between things at work and doing this stuff and trying to get some sleep in between. And I almost forgot about doing this. I forgot to ask Santee and Dustin if they wanted to do it tonight until about 2 hours ago. And it's like, hey, what you guys up to? That and I gotta go see a friend this week too that's not doing too well. Timothy Layton. Boy, I got contacts and I can't hardly read. Just got a walker. Is 40 grains enough? Oh yeah. I shoot 40 grains in mine, and that's where I get my best accuracy, to be honest with you. 40 grains will shoot a group like that at 15 yards. Now it's not real far, but for a cabin ball revolver, that's pretty good accuracy at that distance. Yeah, if you can shoot a group that tight at 25 yards, you're really doing good. As I think most of the competition shoots with black powder captain balls is 25 yards offhand. So if you can get the gun to group good, the rest is on you if you can get to go. But yeah, 40 grains is plenty. I wouldn't go much lower than that though. I keep it right at 40. 40 is what I shoot through my Dragoons too. Oh, I guess one thing I could add here. While I'm waiting for comments to come through, I am taking orders on holsters again. So if you are interested in a holster, email me, DukeFrazierProductions@gmail.com, and we'll try to get something worked out. This is a new one that I'm going to be adding. This is kind of like that auctioneer style, only better, because the flap is now one piece of the holster. And I'm trying out this new style of belt loop that I've seen in some pictures on originals. So we're going to try that and see how that works. It makes it a little bit slimmer and holds it tighter to the body. But yeah, this is going to be a new one. This is a prototype still. I got some modifications I got to make to it yet. But one thing I've been having problems with my leather, and I don't know, any of you guys out there that have experience with making holsters and stuff that know more than I do, maybe you can chime in here. But this leather likes to twist in the body. I don't know how well that's showing up here. Likes to get a really nasty twist for some reason. I don't know if it's the way I'm cutting it or what, but on this piece of leather, every holster I've cut from it has done this to me. So I'm thinking maybe it might be the leather. I haven't had that problem before, but it's really bad on this one. Okay, Timothy Layton. Also, do you know of any holsters for the Walker? Yeah, I've got a holster. I got a pattern, but it was borrowed off of another holster that I had, so I don't know if I have the rights to it or not to be able to reproduce it. But I've also got a prototype that I'm working on for a military Marshall style holster that's from an original photograph. Hey, Dustin's here. Say hi, Dustin, if you're there, maybe.
Hey, Duke.
You still driving?
I'm at a truck stop.
Oh, okay. Because I just seen that I was looking between the parts on your steering wheel, so I thought maybe you were still driving.
Oh. Who all's here?
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you. Hang on, let me turn my speaker up. Well, maybe I can turn yours up. Give me a second here. Let's see how that works. All right. You still hear me good?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. All right.
Cool.
Things might get exciting now.
Yeah. 'Cause, 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 Is it
So anyway,
two
I was
of us?
just the two of us. Santee said he couldn't make it tonight. I forgot to send one to Squibload. Maybe I can send one to him here, but
Oh,
see if I can find his email again. And my computer wants to throw a fit, so yeah, we'll get to it here in a second. But anyway, yeah, I was just reading through the comments here and kind of going over stuff. So what have you been up to?
well, I did a concealed carry class in Thornton, Colorado, and then I've been driving across Wyoming the rest of the day.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It's exactly as exciting as it sounds.
So I hope you didn't try to make the do it all in one day.
I actually am doing it all in one day.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I got maybe a little over 2 hours left.
Gotcha.
Are you familiar with the part of I-80 known as the Sisters?
No, I really haven't gone up I-80 that much.
It's
fact-
just on the east side of Evanston. And that's where I am right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played around in the middle of Wyoming, like the Riverton area.
Yeah.
Because I worked up in Thermopolis for a few years at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, but that's the only really part of Wyoming I had much to do with over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be up
You're
in.
not missing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the time I spent in Wyoming was over in Lusk. And I don't know if you've ever been over in that part of the country, but that is about as barren as you can get.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the town of Lusk, and then there's Newcastle, and that's about it.
Yeah. Pretty bland.
Yeah, but Lusk had one bar, the Silver Dollar, best bar in town. Only bar, but it was the best bar. So, yeah, I'm going to be up there in the hell is it? The Dubois, however they pronounce it up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they say that.
Yeah. Somebody explained to me that they have a funny way of saying it because it's actually named after some governor from Idaho or senator from Idaho or something like that. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Get a chance to get out and get away for a while. It'll be the first time I ever taken a vacation from work.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds overdue then.
Yeah. Well, I only work for 6 months out of the year at this one spot, so I don't have much time for vacation.
Yeah, I guess not.
No. So has a new baby come yet?
No, Monday morning.
Monday morning. Okay. You know if it's going to be a boy or girl yet?
It'll be a boy, Wesley.
Oh, hey, that's what my real middle name is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You gonna give him the middle name of Duke?
Then we can just have it the opposite.
Yeah.
Wesley Duke. I can. I'll tell you what. I'll run it past my wife. But I'll just tell you right now, that's a no.
Oh man. Oh shoot. Okay. Oh, I gotta run through a couple comments here. Duke, do you have any experience with working up a black powder loads for an original trapdoor? Oh, you want to ask Ian Ian Egbert over at Portsmouth Armory Channel. He'd be the guy to know. He plays the trapdoors. That comment was from Randy Wilson, by the way. So it looks like everybody's saying hello here again.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, well, see. God, I got contacts in and I can't see a dadgum thing. I'm having a hard time reading the screen. Max Jenner says, what would be the price estimate for a Lamat holster? I don't know. I don't make Lamats. But trying to get back into doing some holsters here this summer. I don't know if you've seen, like, you chimed in there, Dustin, but I was showing this one off here. This is a new prototype.
I can't see. I only see your avatar.
Oh. Huh. Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because I can see all of you. Huh. Is everybody else seeing me fine on the live chat here? All the other viewers? Maybe we're having technical difficulty. Who knows?
Could just be where I am, too. I might not have the greatest connection.
Gotcha. Yeah, that could be.
I did like those holsters you were showing. Was it last year or beginning of this year?
Yeah, I was showing them at the end of last year because I was up in the Dakota country before 2018 was out. I got up there the 27th.
Okay.
So yeah, I posted a lot of them on YouTube here, and I tried.
Nice looking holsters.
Yeah, well, I tried making some to get rid of while I was up there, but once I got busy in cabin season, I didn't have time to do anything. Yeah, I only made one holster. Or, well, I take that back. I made 3 holsters, but I only sold one the entire time I was up there. So, Jeremy Gunslinger, what's the best size round ball for the Remington New Model Army? You got the Pieta version, right, Dustin?
Yeah, it seems to like the 4.54s really well.
Right. And see, mine does okay with 4.51s. I haven't tried 4.54s in it, but 4.51s it does okay. Depends on if you got a Pieta or you birdie, because you birdies tend to like 4.54 and bigger.
Yeah, mine, I've only shot 4.54s in it, so I've never tried a 4.51. So not to say it wouldn't work, but the 4.54 gets a good ring of lead, and it's still easy to put in, though. I mean, relatively easy. So
right,
stick with it.
Hey, you use Hornaday stuff. You use the Hornaday round balls, Dustin, or
mine are home cast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've noticed that Homecast does a lot better than any of the Hornaday round ball stuff.
I seem to find that too.
Yeah, I mean, I loaded my walker, my old walker, with 4.54 Hornaday round balls, and I mean, it'd shoot a group at 15 yards this big around, and then I go to my Homecast round balls, and all of a sudden it's that big around of a group. So yeah, I don't care for the Hornaday stuff much anymore.
Yeah. I only buy Hornady anymore for the 36 just because I haven't bought a mold yet for that.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do a mold, I went with a 380.
Yeah.
Of course, you're shooting a Pieta, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could probably get away with a 375.
Yeah, I would think.
Because that my Birdie 51 Navy, you can't shoot anything smaller than 380 out of. The 376 barely gets a hair of lead off of it. Looks like I got a guy trolling on the comment section here. He want me to sing "Let It Go."
From Frozen?
Yeah, for a subscriber. Because he'll subscribe if I can sing it. It ain't gonna happen.
Too bad my daughter's not here. She'd bust that out. When that movie came out, all I heard for like months was "Let It Go."
Oh man, yeah. My niece has kind of gotten into the cartoon age, and I only let her watch the older style ones that I grew up with. When she's around. But I don't get to babysit her too much anymore anyway, so I'm a bad influence.
You
But
and those behavioral problems.
Yeah, well, I was asked to watch her one day, and she come over and was only for like 5 minutes. But I had Deadwood on the TV. Never thought about it off. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what word she picked up.
Yeah, that'll end a babysitting career pretty quick.
Yep. So I don't have to worry about it no more.
There you go. Note to self: watch Deadwood when asked to babysit.
Oh. Okay. Let's go back and see if I can missed any comments here. Oh, Randy Wilson says, buy that boy a gun on his birthday.
I'm thinking about it. I may do that, or real close to his birthday.
Pocket model will be a good one for a young kid.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, the comment site is kind of slow tonight. It says we got 12 people watching, so that's all right. There might be some more
Hello,
joining
12
here.
people. Have you been out shooting since last Saturday?
No, I haven't been. I got to renew my range membership, and I just haven't done it. I had to work on Thursday this week for overtime because we had an event down there where I work at. Yesterday I was at home doing some stuff. I was going to go see a friend of mine, but I found out he had to go in for chemo treatment, so I decided not to go see him. Yeah, he's in bad shape. He's only got a few months left, so.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, guy I'd worked with down there since I started working down there where I work at. But yeah, I was gonna go see him, but like I said, he had chemo, so I thought I'd better let him rest because that stuff. I had an aunt that was on that, and it knocks you out right after it. So I'm gonna try to see him this week, but I'm gonna try to get my range membership done this week so that next week maybe I can start going out and shooting again.
Nice.
But the last 4 days of this week anyway has been so dang rainy. I couldn't, even if I'd had my range membership going, I couldn't have got out there because it's been so muddy that I wouldn't be able to get to set up. So
yeah, Utah's been the same way.
Yeah, it's strange weather this year, I gotta say. It's a lot wetter than it has been.
Yeah. That one range that I do my videos at sometimes, Lee K, they've got that nice and covered and everything, but with getting ready for the baby to come up and doing the second job and all that, I just haven't had time anyway.
Yeah. It's hard when the weather don't cooperate, and then when you got, family things to worry about, you gotta do what you gotta do first.
Yep.
Just a hobby for me, but
especially now when they're just demonetizing our videos as fast as we make them.
I went and turned all the monetization off of every video I've got. I did. I had enough of it. I'm not monetizing any more of them. It's just it's a pain in the butt, and I got to train. So pardon that. That time of the night they're gonna start raining. What's that?
Oh, I was just saying it's frustrating with the demonetization thing.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just well, I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I'm not monetized anymore. It's a pain in the goddamn ass.
Yeah.
It really is.
I don't disagree.
Well, I've gone to Patreon, and I think you have a Patreon too, don't you?
I used to. I don't anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I was getting ready to delete that because I wasn't having any activity, and then all of a sudden I had like 3 people that have been donating enough that I can pay for a little bit of ammunition that I shoot up in a month for filming. So I've left that up there, but yeah, it's when you gotta do it out of pocket, you can only do so much. Oh, let me read through the comments here. Oh, Johnny Parr 91 says, "Congrats on the new family editions, Dustin."
Oh, thank you.
Just having fun says, "Do you prefer black powder or substitutes? Which black powder substitute do you prefer?" I don't do substitutes. I just use GoX.
Yeah, I use GoX primarily. The only time I ever use substitutes is if I'm doing videos on them. And the one I like, honestly, I really like that Alliant Black MZ just because it's so clean. And you still get good smoke and all the fun stuff, but it's just so clean.
I've been thinking about trying that. I just hadn't got around to it. After Pyrodex, I just really am hesitant to use a substitute.
Yeah, like I said, I don't like to use substitutes. If I'm doing a video, I will. And in doing the videos on substitutes, Black MZ has been my favorite.
Right.
777's okay, but I really don't like Pyrodex. It's just so messy.
Oh God, and it'll rust a gun out so bad if you don't get it good and clean.
Yeah, I've been finding. Well, I haven't used Pyrodex for a while, but I've found rust in guns the same day I shot before with Pyrodex.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's almost just like that.
Yeah, I will be doing a video soon though on Pyrodex pellets. I had some viewers ask me to review those, and so I picked up a box of them. I just haven't had time to get to the range and shoot them, but I'll be shooting them over the chronograph and all that and seeing how they group and all that stuff.
Right. I'd use them. You got the 1860, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put them in the 1860. I won't put them through your Remington because they'll gum up real bad.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That Remington gums up so easy anyway. I was going to put them just in my 1860 Army.
Yeah. How many rounds have you gotten through a Remington before it completely gummed out on you?
It depends. If I'm using lube over the bullets, then it does a little better. But it seems like when I'm just out there shooting, if I don't use that, oh gosh, a couple cylinders. But if I am using lube, then maybe a few more, but then I have to take it apart at least just to wipe the pin off.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot very long without getting pretty gummed up.
The max I've gotten through it was, I load 5 rounds to a cylinder, so I've gotten 40 rounds, about 8 loads in before I couldn't run it at all. But, between the third and, probably the 6th cylinder, it really starts to get to where you got to help it along.
My audio's starting to sound weird on my end.
Oh, hopefully things kind of hold out here. Yeah, I thought it was kind of getting funny there too, but we'll see how it works.
Twangy, almost like guitar strings.
Oh, that might be the influence of my light up here that I got to have or it gets too dark.
Oh.
Because that thing, well, after it runs for about an hour, it starts to get a really loud hum. I think the ballast in it's about to go out. See, John Galt says, "Hi guys, looking at an 1860 Army with a blued steel backstrap. So what are the real differences between the similar item from Cimarron and Uberti, which would be the best first black powder revolver?" Cimarron guns are made by Uberti. That being said, Cimarron tends to get a little bit better stuff than with the straight Uberti stuff. See, you got a Cimarron, the 73, Justin?
My Cimarron is the 73, yeah, the single action army, and it's made by Pieta, but it's
right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So yeah, I mean, if you're gonna buy one, you know, Uberti and Cimarron's almost the same thing. It's just with Cimarron, you get a little bit better quality. It's not top of the line, but it's better.
Yeah, they do seem to get the cream of the crop when it comes to Pieta.
Yeah, and I don't buy guns from Dixie Gunworks anymore because I don't think they get the cream of the crop like everybody else does. I've had better luck getting them from Midway. Midway seems to, I do pretty good. Every gun I've gotten from Midway, I've had minimal problems with. Plus, if you catch them in the right time of the year, you can get a really good discount too. See, Just Having Fun says, Dustin, where do you get black powder in the Salt Lake City area?
I don't. Anywhere in Salt Lake City that has it. There's a place not far from Duke in Manitou Springs, Colorado, where I bought it. It's called a store called the Mountain Man. I have a video about their store. Where I get it now is actually just a few minutes from where I'm sitting right now in Evanston, Wyoming. Company called Bear River Powder, and they were selling it to me for I think $17.50 a pound, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a really good price. I mean, that's
Evanston, you're within a couple hours from Salt Lake City, so it might be, for somebody living in Salt Lake, it might be worth the drive to go up there and maybe buy a stockpile of it.
Right. Yeah, for me that would be
easy because I work in Wyoming once a month, so for me it's easy because I pass through Evanston, you know, at least once a month, so
right.
I can just stop in and get a couple pounds or whatever. But if you don't pass through regular, then it might still be worth the drive if you bought a bulk amount of it.
Right. It'd save you on the hazmat shipping. Yeah, if I was to drive up there, it'd probably take me about 16 hours. Depending on what way I went, yeah. Oh, let's see. John P. says, hi, guys. Which round balls for Uberti 51 Navy? 375 or 380? I will be using 20 grains of GoX3F. 380 because the 375 will fall out of the chamber on a Uberti gun.
And I only have that in Pieta, which likes the 375s okay, but
right.
I don't have the Uberti, so I haven't had experience with that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about adding a Pieta 51 Navy to the collection, but just haven't brought myself to do it yet.
Yeah, it's hard to motivate yourself. Well, maybe not for some, but for me, it's hard to motivate myself to buy guns I already have just to get the other manufacturer.
Yeah, that's exactly why I haven't got one yet.
Yeah, it's when the money could be spent on different guns that I don't already have.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the only reason I wound up getting two walkers is because the one walker I couldn't pass up the deal I was getting on that. But yeah, even buying a copy of the same one from the same brand, I have a hard time justifying spending that money again, basically.
Yeah, me too.
Much as I'd like to have a pair of everything, I just I can't justify it. But I'm thinking. Go ahead.
I did a video a while back comparing Pieta to Uberti, and when I did it, I just used the guns that I had. I had a Walker for Uberti and like a what was the one? A Cattleman, and then for Pieta I had the 73, and I also had the 51 Navy, and I got so much criticism. People saying, this isn't apples to apples. You need to show the same models. And I'm like, well, do you want to go drop $300 on a gun you've already got just to compare it in a video to the same gun?
Yeah, no kidding.
So, yeah. It's so funny sometimes what viewers demand or what they criticize you for with no regard to how expensive it would be to do it the way they're demanding it.
Yeah, it's not like we don't make a lot of money doing this. We're just doing this for fun. I mean, we just can't justify spending that much money. I mean, I spend enough money as it is on this YouTube thing. I spend more than I should. I'm not going to spend more than I have to. But yeah, I thought about doing that same similar video because I've got two Remingtons. I got two 1860s, and Pieta and Remington, or Pieta and Uberti of both, and them the only two that I've got copies from different brands on. But every time I do that video, I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to follow through on it.
Yeah.
But I tell you what would be a real fun one is to compare our 73 single actions.
Yeah, we could do that since you got the Uberti, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the Uberti one. And mine's the same thing as yours. It's just Uberti.
Oh, I'm losing you again. It's just sounding twangy. I can't make out what you said.
Oh, is it getting any better? Maybe. Let roll. Dustin, I can see you real clear, but I don't know if you're hearing me or not.
I'm getting you're coming through, but I can't make it out.
Okay. Might be your cell service. I don't know, but you're coming through really clear. Maybe mine's having a fit. For you folks out there watching, maybe comment and see if there's which one of us is having the problem, because I don't know if it's coming out of mine or not.
It still could just be my internet connection. Wyoming's not famous for good phone coverage.
Yeah, now you're starting to kind of die out there a little bit, Dustin.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, now you're coming in clear.
Has anybody commented to see if they're hearing both of us or if one of us sounds off to them?
Well, Rusty Allen says that you're very quiet, so I don't know. Huh. George Gooding says that he's getting more distortion from your end. But what's funny is you're coming in clear on me.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah. Johnny Parr says both of us are coming in clear, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I guess, we just got hiccups, I guess. But anyway, what was we talking about again?
I don't even remember now.
Oh, it was the 73.
Brands, I think.
Yeah, the 73 we talked about.
You've got the Uberti and I've got the Pieta.
Right. Maybe we could do that in a video together sometime.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. You're still going to be coming out to Colorado for a while, won't you?
Yeah, I should be, at least for the foreseeable future.
Okay. Well, maybe after the new baby comes along, we can do it sometime later in the summer then.
Yeah.
Be nice if I could get you down here for a day so we go to the shooting range, but
yeah, that would be fun. That looks like a pretty nice range over there.
Yeah, it's nice, but the problem is it's only big enough for like one group of people to shoot at a time. Thankfully, there's a pistol range and a longer rifle range, so you got two options. But if there's people at both, sometimes it's a long time to wait. But the nice thing about it is when you get it by yourself and there's nobody around and you don't have any of the background noise going on.
Yeah. That's like Lee K, where I shoot some of my videos, and Salt Lake Valley there. If you go on a Saturday, I made that mistake once, and it's not even worth trying to do a video. It's a madhouse there. But I usually do my filming on Wednesdays, and I have it virtually to myself.
Right. Yeah, I'm fortunate where I work at. I don't get the weekends off. I get Thursday, Friday off. So if I go Thursday, I can pretty much have the range all day long.
That's nice.
Yeah. But when you get in the summertime, I kind of aggravate the one set of neighbors up there. But in the summertime, when it gets to like 110 degrees before noon, I'll go out there at 6 o'clock in the morning because by 7 o'clock, it's already 95 just to get a video in. There's no shade structures out there where I'm at. So kind of do it while you can and get going. But oh, hey, Plowboy's Ghost is watching.
Oh, hey, Plowboy Ghost.
Hey, Plowboy. He says he can understand both of us, so it's all good.
Oh, that's good.
So, where's that place you shoot at out in the desert there, Dustin? Is that just a gravel pit or?
Yeah, there's a couple. The one that looks like a gravel pit is just south of Tooele, Utah. Well, to be more exact, just south of Stockton, Utah, which is south of Tooele. That's about an hour drive from where I live in the Salt Lake Valley. You have to go out around the Oquirrh Mountains on the west side of Salt Lake County to the other side of them. And then there's another one that I do some of my outdoor stuff, which is just outside of Rifle, Colorado.
Oh, okay. Is that where you and Jesse were shooting at?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she lives in Rifle, so anytime you've seen her in a video, that was Rifle.
Gotcha. Yeah, I want to say I've been to Rifle once, but I can't remember if it was a long time ago.
It's kind of a cool little town.
Yeah, I know they got that one restaurant up there that I really want to go to someday.
Oh, man. I had 2 steaks there this week.
Lucky.
I had a class there Wednesday night. I teach a class at Shooters once a month.
Gotcha. No, I haven't been to Rifle. I've been close to Rifle, but I hadn't been through Rifle. So, because I remember when I was a little kid, my grandparents took me to the Dinosaur National Monument. And I want to say we went up through Grand Junction.
Yeah, you probably did. Rifle and Grand Junction both have roads that lead up towards Vernal, Utah, where the dinosaur thing is.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because I remember we stayed there in Vernal, went to a couple museums, then we went to the monument, and then came home. Yeah, I was about 6 years old that summer. So that's been a while ago.
Yeah.
Been quarter of a century.
Yeah. That is where we actually do our prairie dog shooting, is right out there by that dinosaur. Not in the park, but right by it.
Right. Yeah.
There's a bunch of them out there.
I'd love to go prairie dog shooting again. It's been 3 or 4 years since I've had a chance to go shoot prairie dogs.
It's pretty fun for what it is. My little girl was so excited to go do that, and even though you don't have to take hunter safety for that, at least not in Utah, she did. She went through the whole class, and she was so excited to go shoot prairie dogs. We got out there, and it just rained and stormed all day, and she never even got a shot. I felt bad. She was a good sport about it, but I still felt bad.
Yeah. Last time I went and shot prairie dogs was when I was up there on the ranch in South Dakota. And we just went and popped them off for a day. But, yeah, I remember because last time I shot for, more than one day at a time, let's see, that would have been, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, somewhere in there. I used to shoot them for a lady up north of town. She always wanted to get rid of them, but never could get anybody to come shoot them for her. I don't know why. Everybody around here likes to shoot them, but she couldn't get anybody in there. So we went up and hit one of the new towns that showed up on her one day, and I took a 17, and I swear the 17 HMR is one of the best prairie dog guns around.
Oh, I imagine. I normally use an AR-15 in 5.56, but I shoot 223s out of it for those. But then this last summer, I got one with the Walker. That was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
It was
So yeah,
it was like maybe a 15-yard shot was all, so it was pretty easy. But I had to aim all the way down underneath him for how high that thing shoots, but it got him.
Right. Yeah, I tried him with a flintlock muzzleloader, but that's I never never tried one with well, no, I take it back. I tried one with my brass frame 51 Navy that was in 44. That was the first one I had. And that was been see, I was in college. Shit, that'd been 8 years ago. Somewhere in there, I don't remember. So yeah, we've got some more trolls on the thing, which have been dealt with.
Are they anti-prairie dog hunting trolls?
No, they just asked if you and me was into she-males. So I don't know. Yeah.
The randomness of the internet never ceases to amaze me.
I don't know if they're trolling or trying to make a pass at us, but I'd rather not know.
Yeah. I'll just say this: no, either way.
Yeah. So for all the viewers out there, I apologize for the trolls' comments. I am dealing with them as they show up. Which I'm surprised. We made it through the last two without any trolls, and then all of a sudden this one we're getting them.
Huh. Well, such is the internet, I guess.
Yeah. Grant Williams said, I need an answer, but I don't remember what Grant posted that he was asking about. Let me roll through back here, see if I missed it. Nope. So, Grant, from whatever reason, your comment didn't come through. Jeremy Gunslinger, I got a coyote with my Remington last weekend. Worst poop of my life. Never use an outhouse again. I don't know. Does that mean you was taking a dump, Jeremy, when you shot the coyote or what?
I wasn't going to ask that question, but I was thinking it.
Holy crap. Yeah, this guy is freaking. God, when these freaking trolls get started, they don't quit. I'm going to have to hire a moderator just to take care of that crap. Jeremy Gunslinger. Yeah. Well, what's interesting to me is I blocked the guy on the chat. So he went and managed to change his name and come back again within 3 minutes using a different. He had used the same name, but he did it in a different format.
Oh.
So it's probably one of those Nairobi guys trying to peddle us off to some sex site.
Yeah. We went from prairie dogs to coyotes to she-males and.
Yeah, now some guy's telling me to rub my beard because he has a boner. Blocked, buddy. You know, it's more fun reading the freaking comments on this.
Oh man.
Yeah, it should be just respond to the freaking trolls.
Yeah. Oh man. I must be tired. I'm sorry. I thought that was so funny.
No, that's cool, dude. Don't worry about it, man. Randy Wilson says probably works at YouTube. I'm willing to agree with you. I wonder if YouTube does hire people just to go and spam content that they don't think is they want to have on there.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Boy, I will give you credit, you freaking butthead trolls. You are nothing if not freaking persistent. Randy Wilson says, I stand defeated. Plowboys Ghost, you win. Rusty Allen says, probably a Democrat. Well, I'm not going to get into politics, but I'm not going to disagree with you either. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
John Galt. I really like the look of a 20-inch octagon 1873 Winchester rifle. Any brand preferences? I'm torn between 38 357 or 44 Winchester centerfire. From what I've heard, the new Winchester rifles that are under the actual Winchester name aren't bad. Uberti makes a pretty decent reproduction. But, yeah, I'm a 45 Colt fan. The 4440, I mean, it's a great cartridge, but I prefer the straight wall case anymore.
Yeah, me too. Keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm going to have to hire a freaking moderator because these freaking trolls just keep coming. God damn. Yeah, everybody seems to. Well, Randy Wilson and Plowboys Ghost agree. Uberti for the rifle, and Plowboy says 45 Colt for the cartridge. And the reason why I say that is because a carbide, you can get a carbide dyed, and then you don't have to buy the lube for that stuff.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy Gunslinger, Duke Fraser Productions, I'll do it for free. You know what, Jeremy? I'm going to take you up on that. Let me see if I can point you as a moderator. Jeremy, you're now a moderator for my channel. Thank you.
Nice.
Jeremy, your first troll is up. Get rid of him.
That didn't take long.
No, it didn't. Hey, he's on top of that too. Good job, Jeremy. I'm going to go ahead and block that guy off the channel too while I'm at it. Randy Wilson says, I'm made in the USA, man, but Uberti builds a damn good gun. Yeah, yep. Uberti makes a good gun. Like I said, I don't know about the new Winchesters. I know they're made over in Japan, but I'd have to handle one before I could give an honest opinion of it. I have shot Uberti lever actions before, and they work good, but I haven't tried the Winchester yet. Maybe one of these days when I win the lottery.
Yeah. Yeah, when you win the lottery.
Yeah. Jeremy, whenever you see somebody posting crap on there, block them from the channel if you have that option. Don't piddle around with them. Just block them completely. Oh, let's see. Chuck Hildebrand just bought my first black powder pistol, 1860. Any tips for a first-time shooter? You got a Pieter or a Uberti? I'd say 4.54 round ball. I use a wad. Dustin, do you still use wads or are you using grease over the top?
Say which gun it was again?
1860.
Oh, the 1860. Yeah, I prefer to use grease over the top.
Okay. And grease over the top works fine until you put the sucker in the rest, like what I use in a lot of my accuracy videos.
Yeah.
But then it likes to come flying back in your face for some reason when I set it inside that thing. So
I'll tell you one thing I learned about grease and when not to use it. When you're
what's that?
shooting over a chronograph. I had my chronograph screen just plastered with grease by the end of a range session.
Oh, I found out with wads, if you get within a certain distance on a wad, you'll never get an accurate reading on a chronograph.
Yeah, it picks the wad up as a projectile. It does that with grease too, but my big problem with the grease is that it just sprays the screen of my chronograph. It gets all over it.
Yeah. Because I was watching, I did a test with them, and I couldn't figure out. I kept getting error, and I was about ready to send the damn thing back, and I went and I was rewatching the video footage, and you could see those wads that go right through the first window and then veer off before they got to the last one. So they were never going fully through the chronograph.
Yep. Yeah, when I do chronograph stuff, I just shoot it dry. Just powder and ball, no wads, no lube, nothing, just to solve that. And then it works great.
Right. Cultural relic. Have you ever fixed a loose wedge by tapping on the wedge with a hammer? I have an Army San Marco Walker, can't get a new wedge. A wedge wouldn't be the hardest thing to make. But I don't know about tapping on it to tighten it up. But I'm fairly certain any machinist that's worth his weight in vinegar could probably make a new wedge really easy, and you could probably recycle the old spring off of the old wedge.
Yeah,
Might be something to look into, yeah. The only Army San Marco gun that I've got is an old 49 pocket model, and they didn't put the spring in it. Let's see, John Galt. I have a 10-gauge Browning BPS pump goose gun made in Japan by the same company that makes the Winchester 1873 rifle. The BPS is extremely well made and finished, very smooth action. I would love to have a 10-gauge, but I bet that sucker kicks a heck of a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, six-shooter Texan says howdy.
Howdy back.
Yeah, glad to see you this evening. Six-shooter Texan said I had to make a wedge for my 1860 Army San Marco. So, yeah, it can be done. And really, that's if you had to make a part for a gun, that would be the easiest one to make.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, Dustin, what's your next video going to be?
Well, I think the next one's going to be on those Pirate X pellets, just because I've already bought them, and all I need to do is get to the range and set up the chronograph. I don't think I'll be able to do that this week. We're going to have a lot going on with the new baby, but I'm
Right.
hoping the next week, hopefully the next week I'll be able to get that video out and maybe start working on some others again.
Sweet. I don't know what my next one's going to be after. Of course, I've got stuff scheduled out until the end of June, so I've got a little time to fool around with. But yeah, I take that back.
That's nice.
I got to edit a couple videos yet because I got one that's got to be in there for the 1st of June. But yeah, I mean, that's a nice thing. I when I go to the range, I take 3, 4, 5 guns, and I'll make enough videos to cover 2 months. Of course, my upload schedule is every other week.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. Once I get up and running good again, I'm going back to every other week too.
Yeah, I found out right quick. Trying to do one a week is just a pain in the neck.
It's a tremendous amount of stress and work to try to crank out that many videos.
Yeah, I don't know how Santee does it.
I know, and with the quality that he does it.
And he does all that from a freaking iPhone.
Yeah. Well, he does his editing. I know he has some computer stuff for his editing, but yeah, he shoots it all with a phone, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, Santee's good at what he does.
He sure is.
Just goes to show any of you out there that are aspiring to be a YouTube star, you don't need the big fancy stuff like what I invested in. You can do it all with your iPhone, and you can be just as successful as Dustin and Santee and
you just need an iPhone to record, and you need Jeremy to moderate.
Right, exactly. Colt 1911. Dustin, are you been having luck with the combustible cartridges as far as leaving any unburnt paper in the cylinder?
They do leave a little bit, and they are not nitrated, which I believe would help, but they don't leave very much. And I found that even if I don't get it all cleaned out, if I just load one right on top of the burnt paper that's still in there, shoots just fine.
Yeah. And I think
once I started shooting those, I started putting some toothpicks in my range bag. So after every few shots, or after every cylinder, or at least every 2 cylinders, toothpick will just pop those right out real quick before I reload.
Right. If you go to Walmart, they make a gun clean kit. It's got some brushes. It's also got some plastic hooks that you can reach down in there and pull those out with too.
Yeah.
But I remember Mike Bellevue, when he did his video, he had nitrated and unnitrated paper, and they both left the same rings every time.
Oh,
same amount. I shouldn't say every time, but the same amount of rings. About 3 of them didn't burn up.
Huh, I don't think I saw that video. That's good to know, though.
Yeah, he's got a couple videos on that.
That's another good channel.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, if it wasn't for Mike Bellevue, I would never got the inspiration to do the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, I was doing YouTube before I heard of Mike Bellevue, but I tell you what, though, when it comes to black powder stuff, I've learned a lot from him since.
Right. See, Plowboys Ghost says at least y'all are on a schedule. Yeah, I found that if I don't do a schedule, I won't make myself do it. I'll be months between uploads.
Yeah, if you go back through my videos, some of them have years between because I wasn't on a schedule.
Yeah. Randy Wilson asks, with filming, editing, and all the other stuff, how long does an average video take? Filming.
Depends on a lot of things.
Yeah. And see, like I said, when I do it, I film multiple videos at a time, so I can do, filming-wise, I can film 5 or 6 videos in a couple, 2 or 3 hours. Editing probably takes another hour a piece.
Yeah.
So, figure about 3 hours a video. And I don't spend a lot of time. Yeah. The most time I have to spend on a video is on the accuracy test, because I got to line up, the 2 video clips so that the shots all line up. And then once they line up, then I can finish it up right quick. But yeah, it takes a while to do the editing on them.
Yeah. I actually really enjoy the editing though.
Yeah. With Santee's editing, God, he really puts a lot of stuff in his.
Yeah.
He makes some good stuff. Jeremy Gunslinger, I'm about to have to cut back myself. I'm going to have surgery to remove a clot in my heart. Oh, crap.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah, that's kind of serious there, dude. Jesus. Don't die. Wow.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Hope they get that resolved quickly.
Yeah, because that could turn bad right quick.
Yeah.
Jakewa, yeah. Howdy, I just loaded a bunch of Trail Boss and 45 Colt, both 200 grain and 250 grain bullets. Might not get to test till later in the month. Yeah, I watched that one video you did on them rifles, and that was an interesting test. My cast iron cooking videos take several hours. That burgoo cooks slowly. That's why I don't do a cooking channel. Plowboys Ghost, I sometimes decide what I'm doing after I'm on the spot. Yeah, the video I did with the 73 single action, I did 3 videos in one, and I just went out there just to shoot for fun and took the camera along. And yeah, it just kind of happened.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. That's true.
Randy Wilson, I'd love to do it, but it looks like somebody set my face on fire and beat it out with a shovel, LOL. I ain't far behind you.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Yeah. Jeremy says, I'm too stubborn to die. Not the first time I've faced death. Me and her are old friends at this point. Yeah, you want to take care of yourself because one of these days she might snatch you up and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah, she'll turn mean.
Yeah, I've had plenty of near misses, and you know what? I don't want to have any more of them if I can help it.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to have to knock off. I got to start driving again so I can get home at a relatively decent hour.
Yeah, I don't want to keep you too long, being your wife's getting so close there.
Yeah, that's true.
No. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming over, Dustin, and maybe we'll catch you next week if things work out good, huh?
Yeah, and thanks for having me on again, and everybody else, thanks for watching.
Yep. Well, drive safe, and
I'll see you later.
Yep. Take her easy, man.
All right. I'll see you. Bye.
Bye. All right. So we'll catch up here on the comments, and then I think we're going to probably end this a little bit earlier than we did the last time. Last time we went for 2 hours. I think we'll just run till about 9:30 tonight. Give me a chance to take care of my doggies. Go ahead and keep reading through the comments. Jakewa, I had company offer to sponsor me, but I didn't want to commit to a video a week. I haven't had a company offer to sponsor me, but yeah, I couldn't commit to a video a week. I just couldn't keep up with it. If I could stay with my own schedule, I'd take a sponsorship, but I can't keep up with that much. Jeremy, you got another one? Go get her. John P, great live chat, guys. Keep it up. Yeah, this was something else I was going to mention. I was going to talk about. We're going to try to move. I'm going to try to move the live chat over to a separate channel. At least I would like to, so that it kind of doesn't take away from my main channel here and the videos on that. But what I was thinking of doing is moving it over to this is what's called the DFP live stream channel, and I'll put a link to that down in the description here after we're done here. I'm not going to try to do it now and get things messed up, but right now that channel has no subscribers, so I'm still trying to get it set up, and in order for us to be able to do the live chat, I think we have to have 1,000 subscribers anymore. So if you folks would help us out, I'll put the link to that down there below, and just go over and subscribe. It's going to be a while before it happens, but I'd like for the live stream to kind of move over there so that it's not interfering with the main part of the channel. But we'll keep doing it here until we're able to do that. It may take a while. But yeah, if you'll help us out and just go over to the DFP live stream channel, we'll try to move things over that way. Plowboys Ghost, this is the first live chat I've took part in on YouTube, saw it was available to me now and wanted to see how it's done. It's interesting, not sure if when I'll try it. Well, I'll tell you what, Plowboy, if you have a computer or a tablet or a phone that has the capability to do like a Skype call, I'll tell you what, I'd have you on here as a guest here on a future live chat if you're willing. I try to do them here at 8 o'clock on Saturday evenings, but I might change the date too. That's another thing I got to think about. Yeah, we'll have you on for a guest speaker if you want to, Plowboy, sometime here in the future. Just shoot me an email. You've got my email address. Randy Wilson, another one down. Yep, we got to keep them trolls out of here. Jeremy does a pretty good job. I think I'm going to keep him around. And thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, you helped me out quite a bit here. Randy Wilson, Duke, have you thought of posting on UGEtube? Yeah, I got one video over there, and I tried uploading several others, but every time I try to upload, they get to like 50% loaded, and then they just time out and they won't finish uploading. So I don't know what the problem is. But right now I'm on Gunstreamer. So if you follow Gunstreamer, that was another announcement I had too. Thank you for reminding me. I am on Gunstreamer. You just look up Duke Fraser Productions. We've got I got 2 followers over there so far, so it's not like over here. But the nice thing about that one is all my videos that are already uploaded here on YouTube are over there, and as they upload from YouTube, they're uploaded over there. So I don't have to keep going and back and forth on there. Hey, Jeremy got another one. You was on top of that one because I missed it. Man, I don't even know what he said. Oh, yeah, freaking trolls. Yeah, Plowboy, you're going to get on here. You got to use Google Hangouts through this one. So, yeah, we'll shoot me an email. We'll kind of get you set up, but we'll try if you want to. If you're free next Saturday, we can bring you on next Saturday. Jake, how often do you anneal cartridge brass? Depends on what you're using. I've never really annealed my black powder. Of course, that's probably why I had problems with my 4440. But on rifle brass, about every third reloading or so. I had a guy tell me like 4570 black powder, you should anneal them like every time because of the heat that's associated with black powder. But yeah, I need to get better about annealing. I haven't been good about it. 6-shooter text, and maybe a couple of you guys can rotate having a chat. Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. Thinking about rotating some folks through and seeing. I last week, to me it seemed like it was a little bit crowded with 4 of us together on the chat and didn't really focus more towards the gun stuff. I'm thinking like maybe two would be enough. But the 4 was getting a little bit much. But yeah, we'll rotate. I'll try to have different guys every week. Of course, I have Dustin and Santee and when they want to come in. But yeah, I'll try to figure something out here in the future. Like I said, I'm just kind of getting into this a little bit. Jake, I heard it might help soot backfire. I anneal bottle rifle every 5. Yeah. I mean, like I said, some guys that shoot black powder say you got to do black powder ones every time, but I'd say 5 ought to be enough. If your neck starts splitting out, you're not annealing them enough. But I noticed one thing too. You got to be careful when you're annealing because my boss up there in South Dakota, his cousin annealed some cases for him, and when they was resizing them, the shoulder got a real nasty crimp right in here, and they would not chamber. I mean, they really messed them up. And my phone's having a fit here, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, it must be getting late. So yeah, we're gonna cut this off short tonight. I gotta take care of my dogs yet tonight, and I'm gonna go to bed early because I'm tired. Might get lucky. I might have the day off tomorrow, but you never know. Let's see here. Jake, well, it's tough having several conversations at once with the delay in written comments. Yeah, it is. And you get a scattered brain as I am at times, and that didn't help matters none either. Yeah, it gets a little bit wild sometimes. And the goddamn trolls don't help none either. Plowboy's ghost later, y'all. We'll see you, Plowboy. Jake Wag night, y'all. I think we still got 9 minutes. We still got a little time to chat here. Oh. Greg Woods, Plowboy and Duke Frazier together. Wow, too cool. Yeah, Plowboy and I, we've conversed several times on YouTube here, on our videos, and so we kind of get along pretty good so far. So yeah, we do a chat. I'd be more than willing to do a chat. One of my favorite videos of Plowboy is when he takes his Griswold and shoots out the window of that old Taurus. I wish I could do stuff like that once in a while, but Randy Wilson, are you still doing one next week? Yeah, I'm going to do one next week, but I'm thinking about changing the day because I got to be at work Sunday mornings, and so I got to get out early. So I'm thinking about doing it to my Friday night, which is Wednesday, is my Friday. I'm thinking about moving it to a Wednesday night. Jeremy Gunslinger, Duke Fraser Productions, will you be free this coming up Thursday? Yeah, I can be, but this coming week I got a really screwy schedule, so I can't stay up real too late because for some reason at work I can only work like one day this week before the 15th, so they had to swap my days off, and I'm not even sure what they are yet, but I think Thursday I got to work. But yeah, I'll be around on Thursday if you're thinking about doing a live chat. I'd be more than willing. Just let me know what time you're wanting to do it, and I'll try to work it out. Greg Woods, what are your thoughts on a Ruger Army? I've never tried them, and I've not been. How do I put this? I've not had the urge to get one just because they're not a traditional. That being said, everything I've heard, they're really, really good guns, and if you can get one at a good price, buy it. Just buy it. Don't worry about it. Just buy it. If it works and it's a good price, buy it. Because I've heard they're really, really good. Jakewa, weeknights would be good for me. I travel for work, and I'm usually in a hotel on YouTube anyway. That didn't sound like not a Rob Lowe kind of video. Yeah, it's just that my weekend is in the week. It's Thursday, Friday, so I'm thinking like a Wednesday night or a Thursday night work better. But we'll see, because that doesn't always work for everybody else for being guests and all. Because not everybody has their weekend in the middle of the week like I do. So, and I just by chance happened to catch Dustin tonight because he was. I sent him the thing and said, "Hey, at the last minute, you want to come on?" And he said, "Yeah." Santee had to pass, but Jeremy Gunslinger, yeah, I'll get a hold of you on Facebook. Yeah, go ahead. We'll figure something out here. Oh, and thank you again for being my fly swatter on all these trolls. I have to start calling you the Zapper. All right, we're going to go for another 4 minutes or so here. So if you last minute questions, comments, be sure to get them in there. Jeremy Gunslinger, you ever have a Sharps paper cutter? No, I have not. I'd love to, but they're just too spendy for me right now. Next gun I'm going to buy is going to be an 1866 Yellow Boy, and I'm going to get that here in the next month and a half, 2 months from now, somewhere in there, because I'm going to be using that when I go up to Wyoming for a Indian Wars reenactment I'm going to be doing. But yeah, I'd love to have a paper cutter. But if I could find a 63 or a 69 Sharps that was converted to cartridge, or 59 or a 63 Sharps that was converted to cartridge, a copy of that like the Garrett Sharps, I'd be on top of that right quick. Greg Woods, oh man, add Santee and Dustin Weiniger too. No stopping you. That would be cool. Yeah, well, we had both of them guys as well as another gentleman, Squibload, and I invited him here again too tonight, but I guess he didn't get the email. Anyway, them guys were over here last week, but I was a little short notice, I think, to get Santee back, but we'll have him again, I'm sure. Me and Santee and Dustin are kind of the three amigos, if you will. We kind of chat back and forth on the Facebook quite a bit. John Galt, what part of the country are you in, Duke? Southeastern Colorado. I don't get too much more detail than that because I kind of want to keep my privacy. But yeah, I'm down here in that part of the country. Randy Wilson, have you ever tried slick shot nipples? Yes, I have. They can be a hindrance and they can be a godsend. Actually, I got a couple videos. Check out. I've got a video on slick shots that just tells you the basics, sticking them in the gun. But on my Pieta 1860 video, the slick shots, I never had a problem with that. And my Uberti 1851 video, I've got slick shots in that one. So if you want to see them in action, those are the two videos to go on. They're here on the channel. Pat Putnam. Hi, Pat. I got one-ish, Jeremy. I'm guessing that's referred to the Sharp paper cutter. George Gooding, if you change days, that's okay with me. I'm 2 hours different from you. Yeah, that seems to be how it works. Everybody's either on the East Coast or in the middle. Pat Putnam, McNally Sharps, Carbine Duke. Cimarron puts them out. MSRP is out, $13.50 new. Yeah, I want a McNally, but I want it 50/70, but I can't afford 50/70. It's on the list. There's a long list of guns, and unless I win the lottery, I'm never going to get them all. Pat Putnam, I got a Shiloh 45-110. That would be the one I would want to have next, if I win the lottery, because I can't afford to buy a Shiloh. That or C Sharps, if they still make the 63 conversion style. Pat Putnam, we all have that problem, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. If I win the lottery, I think I'd donate to a good portion of it to where I work at, just to kind of help keep that place going. Probably donate some of it to church. And then the rest of it I'd probably spend on guns. I take that back. I'd probably donate quite a bit more of other stuff too, to other causes. But yeah, guarantee if I win the lottery, I'm gonna have to get a bigger house, because the house I would love to have would be, you walk in, when you go down to the basement, there's a gun vault door at the basement. You walk in, the whole basement's just a big gun vault. That would be awesome. Randy Wilson, my son has them on a Uberti 51 Navy and has 400 plus rounds with zero cap jams. I have had a zero cap jams on my Pieta 1860 with the slick shots. With my Uberti 51 Navy with the slick shots, I've had a handful, not very many. 4 or 5 since I put them on there, and I've put quite a few rounds in it. So, yeah, I mean, it depends too. You got to, you've got to polish that hammer face too for them to be 100% effective. Jonah Hoskins, Ducket Dog. No idea what that means. John Galt, I'd spend my lottery win on whiskey and gummy bears. I don't like gummy bears. I like gummy worms, but for some reason, I just don't like gummy bears. I think it's because those little things, they get stuck in my teeth. I don't know. I just never have been a fan of gummy bears. Pat Putnam, slick shots aren't bad. I got them on one of my 51 Navy 36s. The other, I tried a mod suggested by Blackie Thomas. Just nick the inside of the cone enough to catch a fingernail. Yeah, I thought about that, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it yet. I thought about going through and putting all my putting slick shots in all mine, but that gets spendy. So I started just doing what Bellevue does and polishing the hammer face. And that does help quite a bit. But the biggest problem is not the design of the gun, it's the design of the cap. Because if you go through and you read, and Mark Hubbs is the one that turned me on to this, and I give him full credit for this. This will be a topic of a video here before too long. But there is an old Army report from the Civil War that states that Colts needed a specific type of cap to work. And that cap would not work in other cap and ball guns, and the caps from others would not work in the Colts. And they had to be a real thick, heavy metal cap. Otherwise, they'd fly apart. And the thing describes the modern day cap jams that everybody has down to a T. And it all comes down to the metal in the caps that are made nowadays is not thick enough. It's not a heavy enough cap. So it's just a matter of we need a company to make a cap that's got a thicker, more metal in it, so that it doesn't fly to a million pieces when it detonates, like it does on one of them Colts hit it. Pat Putnam, polishing the hammer helps, but you kind of want to slip the razor edge off the slot for the pins. Seems to be the biggest defender. Yeah. Just deburred all the inside of mine. Helped so much. Never had a problem with the Remington. I did have a problem with a Remington cap jamming, but that's because I didn't get that tension screw on the mainspring tight enough. Paul Palmagan, do you shoot replicas only? Do you use only antique guns? Or use our own any antique guns? I do not have any antiques. I shoot replicas. I can't afford an antique. Pat Putnam, I always polish mine before I shoot them anymore. Jeremy, only way to go. Yeah. Yeah. Better to do all that stuff before you take them out and shoot them and get it over with. Otherwise, it's just aggravating and then you don't want to shoot them. I got a second model Dragoon that I didn't polish up when I got it, and it aggravated me. Now I haven't shot it since. It's only had. Well, I bought the gun and pretty sure it was in unfired condition when I bought it. And I've only put like 20 rounds through it. So it started cap jamming. It was the one I had to completely disassemble in that one video to get it to come apart because the cap got between the hammer and the bolt. I tell you what, that is a pain in the butt when that happens. All right, so we've gone past 5 minutes past what we was going to shut off. So I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. We'll go to 9:40, and then we're going to shut it off. Jake, I have a tin of original caps, about 82 in the tin. No way I'm going to shoot them. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Mark Hubbs and I was talking about this, having that discussion, and he had a thing of original caps, and or he told me that he did try to detonate one to see what the reaction would be, and he said it wouldn't go off. So I imagine if you have a can of original caps, the explosive charge in it, I think they're mercury fulminate, is probably no good anymore. So I don't doubt they would go off, but I wouldn't try them, because those once they're gone, they're gone. Pat Putnam, I've got a couple antiques made me laugh, but the old Springfield trapdoor rifles are cheaper original than they replicas. Yeah. Yeah, if I buy a trapdoor, I'm going to buy an original. That's all there is to it. Randy Wilson, anyone here ever make their own caps? My son wants to. I've thought about it, but I just haven't got around to it. Jeremy Gunslinger, 5460 equals 30-6 in stopping power in my research. Where did you find a 5460 at? Never heard of that. I just stick with 4570 because 1, it's cheap to reload. 2, it'll kill anything on the North American continent. Pat Putnam, if you find the kit, Randy, hang on to it. I'm not sure they're made anymore. I seen one place that was selling them, and that was a while ago, so I don't know if they're still on now or not. But yeah, if you can find the kit, well worth the investment. I can't believe they got kits now. You can reload 22 rimfire. Holy crap! If you could get the stuff that they use, that compound that they use to prime those 22 long rifles, and put a little bit of that in one of those caps they make from a soda can with those soda can kits, I mean, you'd have a pretty decent cap right there, I think. And you can buy that compound separate. It's something that you got to mix like epoxy, and then you just put a little drop in there. Randy Wilson seems like a lot of work for 22. Yeah, but there are people that do it, because when the 22 ammo dried up, I mean, about the only way you could get 22 ammo at the time was to make it. And they even sent a little bullet mold. You could make your own bullets, only your own 22 caliber bullets. I mean, it was a full kit. Jeremy Gunslinger, the Sharps paper cutter is a 54 caliber, takes 60 grains of 2F black. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I see what you mean now. I was thinking metallic cartridge. I'd never heard of a 5460, but now it makes sense. Pat Putnam and the 45 110 kicks like hell, even with the triple FG Duke. They're a nice round though. 545 grain Spitzer with 95 grains. Chronoed out a 34-inch barrel at 1480. Wow. Now, if you went down to F.5, would that kick get any worse? Because I know if you go with fine powder, it kicks like hell. I put triple F in my Brown Bess, and it liked to knock me off the damn shooting bench. And one day I tried to fire it. Paul Palmigan. I collect old Colts and Winchesters, and I never shoot them, though. I have a few replicas I shoot. I do have a Springfield 1873 trapdoor in my collection. Yeah, that one's on my list, too. But, yeah, I just don't have the income to justify me to buy a gun that I ain't going to shoot. That's the only reason I don't buy originals. If I had that kind of disposable income, I would have bought that 1862 Remington Police that I seen at gun store earlier this winter. And if I hadn't have bought this Savage 6.5 Creedmoor Savage that's sitting right next to me, I might have bought it anyway. But yeah, that was a cool find. That would have been the first original I would have bought, and I came close to buying it. Jeremy Gunslinger, favorite load for a 45 long Colt. Was using a 200 grain slug with about 38 grains of black powder, but that one was not working. So I'm going to be getting a mold here to get an original style bullet that's the closest style currently on the market to the original, and I'm going to do some testing on that. I got some video ideas on that one, but right now I'm kind of saving up my funds for this Indian Wars reenactment that I'm going to be doing up in Wyoming here this summer. So I got to buy some things for that. And I tell you what, reenacting stuff ain't cheap. Doing the Indian Wars is a little bit cheaper than doing like Civil War, because I don't have to buy all the garb, but for what I got to get, it's going to be spendy enough. Okay, I'm going to read off the last couple here, and then we're going to have to call it a night because I still got to get my dogs and get ready for bed. Pat Putnam, actually it settles, but I lose velocity and grain, gain a ton of drop. That Shiloh seems to like triple FG. I tried FG and double FG, and it just didn't like the drop. She's pretty flat at 500 yards with triple F. Are you using old Einsford? Jake, nothing wrong with the 6.5 Creedmoor. I love mine. It's not hype if it's true. Yeah, I love this 6.5. I've nailed a spray paint can at 1,000, a milk jug at 1,000. I hit a milk jug twice at 1,000 yards, twice in 10 rounds. And that was on a day with 20-mile-an-hour crosswinds. So it's my new favorite gun, modern gun anyway. Pat Putnam, Goex. try GoX Old Eynsford. I've heard very good things about GoX Old Eynsford from the guy that has probably the best reloads for 45 110 out there. Yeah, you might, if you can find a can of that, you might try that Old Eynsford and see if it gives you any better. Like I said, it's one of the best powders from what I've heard from everybody. But anyway, I gotta Paul, have a good one. Enjoy the videos. Yep. Thank you, Paul. Good night. And good night, everybody. We're going to call it good here. Any other comments, questions you have, put them down in the regular comment section below. I'll try to address them as they come up. So we'll talk to you all later. Have a good one. Remember, stay tuned and keep your powder dry. And we'll catch you next week. Same time, same place, 8 o'clock. Good night, everybody. As soon as I can figure out how to shut this off here. Come on.